What's going on, YouTube clan? Today I'm gonna be talking about Joe Fournier as a fighter, because if you saw my initial thoughts on the main event of Misfits '07 video, I said that I wasn't super familiar with the way Joe Fournier boxes. So yesterday I watched one of his fights, but before I get into it, hit that subscribe button. It's right there, somewhere on the bottom. Click it. You did it? Thank you. Cool. All right. So basically, I watched a fight of his against a fellow. They were saying he won 2 straight at the time. It didn't look like, I didn't know how he won 2 straight at the time, but okay, so whatever. They both looked very amateurish, nothing super high level. Joe Fournier he started out the fight in a wide stance. He was throwing some good jabs. He was finding them with the jab. Every time he threw an overhand, I could have went and ran to the store and came back by the time the overhand was finished being thrown. He's very slow. That's the first thing I noticed. He's super slow when it comes to the overhand. His jab was alright. It wasn't the fastest, wasn't the slowest, but his overhand was abnormally slow. And he's even older now, so I would assume it's even slower. Also, isn't this guy like filthy rich? I'm sure he's not like, grinding in the gym day in and day out hard. And he's like 40 years old. So anyway, back to his skill set. His overhand was super inaccurate. He kept missing the target on a guy that has no head movement. And the guy's guard you could have went right through the middle of it, but Joe kept missing. When Joe connected, the guy looked hurt, so that could say something about Joe's power, but this fellow, he wasn't in there to win. That's the thing about these guys that are 9-0, and then their opponents' combined records are 10-3,000. Like, these guys aren't in there to win. There's a certain category in boxing called a journeyman, where these guys fight every couple weeks, and they don't fight to win. They're there to beef up other fighters' records. So what they do is they fight every couple weeks, they get a check, maybe $2,000, something like that, and that's how they feed their families. So they have to not only fight every few weeks, but they have to avoid damage. And they know they're not going in there to win. It's literally their job to just head in there, lose the fight and take as little damage as possible so that they can fight again soon and provide for their families. That's what a journeyman is. Beating 9 of those guys who are in there to lose to you, like actually in there to lose to you, it's not very impressive to me. Joe looks slow. KSI was bouncing back and forth in his last fight. He can snap in the range, albeit he's a bit reckless doing it. I think Joe's too slow to counter-strike him with the fight that I saw. And also, this guy he's fighting, he got standing 8 counted and literally quit. And the ref waved it off, and he didn't even blink an eye. He's like, thank God that's over. Now I can get my check and get out of here. Joe Fournier has been saying in the lead-up, he'd buy Misfits for $10 million, because it's not going to be worth anything after he's done beating KSI. He's been calling KSI like all kinds of crazy stuff in his interviews, and he just sounds uberly confident. Sounds like he could beat KSI, Jake, Logan. From what I saw, this is no Tommy Fury. This is no Anderson Silva. This may not even be a Tyron Woodley. He might put his punches together a bit better than Tyron Woodley, but I honestly think Tyron Woodley's probably more dangerous. This guy is not what he's being sold to be. From what I saw, it was an 8-minute fight, and it was a very, very bad performance from Joe Fournier. Like, so slow. I can't stress that enough. He was just slow. Like, this kid he was fighting, inaccurate too. Like, his straight right hand was just not connecting the way it should have been. He might be in for a rude awakening. As we get closer to the fight, I'll drop a prediction video, but right now it's not looking too good. The feeling I have right now is that Joe Fournier is in for a big surprise if he thinks that he's going to go in there and walk over JJ easily. yeah, guys. So I mean, I hope this guy is gonna put up a little bit of a fight, because from what I saw, I'm not really interested. When I saw him show up after the Temper fight, I thought we had something. He looked a bit bigger than JJ. He looked nice and well built, and he was supposedly a 9-0 boxer. So I'm like, okay, cool. Could be a decent fight. I still don't want to see it because who is Joe Fournier? Like, nobody knows. But whatever. Put him in there, and then I see his fight, and I'm like, this is gonna go one way, in my opinion. But that's okay though. On to the next for KSI, and that'd be a good thing for the scene of influencer boxing. So, that's about it, guys, for today. I know it's a short video. I've just been super busy, but I really wanted to get something out to you guys so that I can keep the momentum going. I will probably lock in with you guys tomorrow night and make some sort of video. We'll see what topics I feel like covering in this world of combat sports. It's been real. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.